Good morning, Hong Kong, and welcome back to another episode of Hong Kong Insurance 101. This week, we're looking at a concept core to the operation of all insurance products, and we're talking about exclusions. First things first, insurance is a complicated product. From its core concept of being an equitable exchange of risk from one party to another in return for a predetermined fee, through to more complicated mechanisms like proximate cause, subrogation, and even the formation of a contract, there are many aspects to insurance coverage of which an average policyholder may not be aware. One of these considerations is the issue of exclusions on your policy. The primary role of insurance is to move risk from one party to another equitably. And there are many policy mechanisms that allow for the management of the fair exchange of risk on both sides of the insurance contract. The main tool used by insurance companies to ensure equality of the coverage is the placement of exclusions on the risks being covered. An exclusion, very simply put, is a risk, act, fact, or error which the insurer and consequently the policy will not cover. Exclusions are placed on insurance coverage for a number of reasons. In many cases, they are used to narrow or define the scope of coverage, and this ensures that only the risk that is intended for coverage under the insurance contract is being protected against, and that the insurer is not going to be paying claims which fall outside of the scope of the policy. Different types of policies will contain different types of exclusions. For example, a professional indemnity policy which contains coverage against errors and omissions made by a company would normally exclude any intentional actions that lead to a claim. Although exclusions exist on every single type of Hong Kong insurance plan, the plan on which most people will encounter and learn about insurance exclusions is their health insurance policy. This type of coverage contains some of the most routinely encountered exclusions in insurance. These exclusions mainly pertain to the existence of pre-existing medical conditions and how these conditions are applied to the definition of insurance. For clarification, pre-existing medical conditions are defined as any medical condition of which the policyholder was aware, displayed symptoms, received treatment, or a diagnosis prior to the commencement of the insurance. Unless otherwise indicated, health insurance providers will exclude pre-existing conditions and all their related medical conditions under the policy. This means that if a condition was in existence before the start of your health insurance plan, then the insurance will not cover the costs of the treatment associated with that condition. Further to this, any future medical conditions which may be related to the initial pre-existing condition will also normally be excluded. Pre-existing conditions on health insurance are a great example of another touch point for the concept of exclusions. Utmost good faith. Some individuals with pre-existing conditions attempt to hide these from the insurance company and do not disclose their full medical histories on their self-insurance applications. Unfortunately, this is a breach of utmost good faith and consequently a breach of contract. The policyholder, when discovered, would likely forfeit all premiums paid to the insurer and find themselves as defendants in a legal action, as this would be considered fraudulent non-disclosure. A pre-existing medical condition is a material fact, a fact which will have the impact on the equality inherent in the contract of insurance. The preservation of equity in exchanging risk is the primary concern of insurance, and exclusions are one of the ways that this is achieved. That's us for this week. As always, we hope you have a happy and healthy weekend. Remember to like and subscribe to stay current with all our content as it comes out. And don't forget to ask CCW. We're simplifying your insurance.